No, but you were saying,
the issue is, and you touched on this, and I want to just continue on the question of journalism in quotations and like punditry. Here's my issue, yo, real talk. At the end of any political debate or political event, right, there's these rooms full of these pundits and these surrogates and these professional speakers, and they are paid. They're really highly skilled communicators in the political space, and they're paid to say exactly what they will say. They're paid either by the campaign or by some typically by the campaign to spin and form narratives around everything that we just saw. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a room that exists that reporters could go into and speak to. It's like now that's the only thing that happens. We go into this room. If you're watching a football game and you want to understand football, you want to understand what happened in the game, the last person you speak to is the crazed fan who's like highly motivated, who can't who can't see a pass interference. He can't see it. Like he's so no, it was against his team. And that's what we do. So we have, and so the ethic and the thought process around the journalism is, all right, well, you had one person who's a crazed fan for the Baltimore Ravens. We got to get a crazed fan for the New England Patriots. Right. And so you have that's balance. And then you have two people whose jobs it is to make up stuff and to warp reality in favor of a certain narrative. Mm-hmm. And so that's the model of what a good conversation has been for quite some time now. And we just see it. And I think, you see on YouTube and you see among friends and in the general population, it's like we've all picked up the lesson on, hey, just take a reality, pick your thing, and then just warp it or fashion a narrative that can promote that. And I think that's just a horrible trend, and it's led to a lot of the problems. It's led to the stuff that you're seeing. People are fighting over slogans and symbols and affiliations with people, people are excited about Donald Trump. They're not excited about a set of ideas, really. And I guess Donald Trump sort of represents guns and I don't know.
Have we ever seen him shoot a gun? Have you ever seen him shoot a gun? I don't know. Can you shoot a gun?
No, but that's what he's done. He's just attached himself to certain. I think
he built a coalition of a whole bunch of different types of people that ended up as part of his. Some of them very deep into his cult of personality,
including religious people, by the way, who are praying for him all of the time. The man hasn't read any long book, particularly not the Bible.
Right, but there's characters in the Bible, like King David, for example, who was like a sinner, but that God saw him, even this sinner could be a tool for God's will. Right. So there's a whole bunch of different ways religious people get around. The Bible's a very large book where a lot of things happen, and and God says a lot of stuff, and you can there's ways to incorporate a Trump-like figure kind of into your worldview. It's I think one of the
sad part is just you can incorporate anything. Like anything can be interpreted.
Yeah.
I think that's what's weird right now. We are coming into an age where, and Trump represents this in a big time, where Trump and his cronies, I think, are masterfully executing a theory that anything can be interpreted, any narrative can be constructed in any action, and so therefore just act in service of your own selfish desires, and then spin the narrative. And like I said, because for decades we've allowed this, instead of running away from the spin room. Yeah. We put up a sign and we're like, and we marketed it. Oh, check out the spin room. Yeah, this is where people spin things. These people should have been ostracized and ignored. We should have set up systems and incentives where if you're a spin artist, if you're someone who's disinterested in truth and more interested in narrative, you're not likely to get on, And there are people who are willing to speak more in favor of truth. You just have to find them and book them and not book these other clowns.
Yeah.